Hi, I'm Helena, and I'm a translator. Not the kind who translates restaurant menus or romance novels, though my sister Maya loved telling everyone that's what I did. So Helena's still doing her little word thing? Maya said at Mom's birthday dinner, twirling her wine glass. Must be nice having such a relaxing job. I smiled politely. It keeps me busy. Busy? Maya laughed. You sit at home in pajamas translating instruction manuals. I'm closing million-dollar real estate deals. There's a difference. My brother-in-law, Derek, shifted uncomfortably. Maya, that's not... I'm just saying, Maya interrupted. Some of us have careers that matter. No offense, Helena, but nobody's life depends on you translating insert tab A into slot B. Mom touched my hand. Helena works very hard, Maya. At what? Google Translate could do her job. Maya turned to her husband. Derek, didn't I tell you Helena once spent 3 days on a cookbook? A cookbook! That was classified documentation for a foreign embassy, but I couldn't say that. It was technical work, I said quietly. Technical? Maya nearly spat her wine. It's words, Helena. Children learn words. I sell actual property, houses, buildings, things people need. What do you sell, semicolons? My Aunt Susan laughed from across the table. Maya, you're terrible. I'm honest, Maya said, leaning back with satisfaction. Someone has to be. Helena walks around all mysterious about her job, but we all know the truth. She probably makes $30,000 a year translating takeout menus. Maya, that's enough, Dad said, but weakly. Is it, though? I'm closing a $2 million sale next week. What are you closing, Helena? A dictionary? Derek touched her arm. Maybe we should talk about something else. Why? Because the truth hurts? Maya looked around the table. Everyone's thinking it. I'm just saying it. Helena's 32 with nothing to show for her life. No house, no husband, no real career. When do we stop pretending? My phone buzzed. I glanced down. My pulse quickened. Excuse me, I said, standing. I need to take this. Oh, let me guess, Maya called after me. Someone needs you to translate hello into Spanish? Don't let us keep you from such important work. The table laughed. Even Dad chuckled. I stepped into the kitchen and answered. Helena Martinez? Miss Martinez, this is Colonel Richardson from the Pentagon. We have a situation requiring immediate translation services. How quickly can you reach the secure facility? 40 minutes, sir. Make it 30. We're initiating Protocol 7. Your clearance is confirmed. Understood. I'm en route. I returned to the table. Everyone stared. I have to go, I said, grabbing my jacket. Are you kidding? Maya laughed. Mom's birthday dinner? For what, a menu translation? It's urgent. What's urgent? Did someone desperately need the word exit translated? I looked at her. Really looked at her. Something like that. Unbelievable, Maya said as I headed for the door. This is exactly what I'm talking about. No respect for family, no real responsibilities, just whenever her little translation emergency calls. Maya, enough, Dad said, but he didn't sound convinced. I drove to the facility, my hands steady despite my sister's words echoing in my head. 3 years of this. 3 years of Maya diminishing my work at every family gathering, every holiday, every phone call. 3 years of boring Helena and her pointless job. The guards at the Pentagon facility checked my credentials. I was escorted to a secure room where Colonel Richardson and 2 generals waited. Miss Martinez, thank you for coming so quickly, the colonel said. We've intercepted communications that require immediate translation. Lives are at stake. I nodded, putting in my earpiece. I'm ready. For the next 6 hours, I translated intercepted communications that would prevent an international incident. When I finally left at 3 a.m., the colonel shook my hand. Outstanding work, Miss Martinez. You may have just prevented a war. I drove home exhausted but satisfied. My phone showed 17 missed calls from Maya, 12 from Mom, 8 from Dad. The messages all said the same thing. Where are you? How could you leave Mom's dinner? Maya's right. You're selfish and your job is nothing. I deleted them and went to sleep. The next morning, Mom called. Helena, we need to talk about last night. I was working, Mom. Working on what? Maya showed us her sales contracts, her awards, her client testimonials. What do you have to show for your mysterious job? I can't discuss the details. Mom sighed. That's convenient. Maya thinks you're embarrassed because you're not successful. She said maybe you're not even really translating. Maybe you're just doing data entry or something and too ashamed to admit it. My jaw tightened. Maya said that? She's worried about you, honey. We all are. You're 32, single, living in that tiny apartment. Maya has a house, a husband, a real career. What do you have? I have a career, Mom. Do you? Because Maya's been asking around, and nobody knows what you actually do. It's suspicious, Helena. Your own family doesn't even know where you work. Because it's classified. Or because it's embarrassing, Mom said quietly. Maya showed me a website where translators advertise services. Most charge $20 an hour. Is that what you make? Are you too ashamed to tell us? Mom, I can't. You can't, or you won't. Your sister works hard, Helena. She's successful. Maybe instead of running off to emergencies, you should focus on building a real life. After we hung up, I called my supervisor, Director Patricia Whitmore. Patricia, I need advice on a personal matter. Go ahead. My family doesn't believe my job is real. My sister's been spreading rumors that I'm lying about what I do. Patricia was quiet for a moment. Helena, you hold top secret clearance. You've translated for 3 presidents. Last night, you prevented a crisis that would have made international news. Your sister mocks you because she doesn't understand the weight of what you carry. She's telling my whole family I'm a failure. She's telling them you're a fraud? Essentially. She posts on social media about it, makes jokes at family events. My parents are starting to believe her. How much can you tell them? Nothing specific, but maybe enough? Let me make some calls, Patricia said. I think we can arrange something. What you're dealing with is defamation, Helena. Even from family, that has consequences. That afternoon, I met with James Chen, a lawyer who specialized in security clearances and defamation. Your sister's claiming you're lying about your employment? James asked, taking notes. She tells everyone I translate cookbooks and instruction manuals. She's damaging my reputation. Is she claiming this publicly? I pulled out my phone. She posted on Facebook last week. My sister thinks she's so important with her translation job. Girl, we all know you're translating Chinese takeout menus. Stop pretending. 300 likes, 75 comments agreeing with her. James whistled. That's actionable. But here's my question. Can you prove what you actually do? I have documentation, letters of commendation, security clearance proof, but it's all classified. We'll need official statements from your employer confirming your position without revealing classified details. Is that possible? For defamation cases, yes. The government can provide limited confirmation to protect federal employees from false accusations. Patricia came through. Within 2 days, I had official letters from the Department of Defense confirming my role as senior translator, specializing in classified diplomatic communications, multiple commendations from military leadership, and a statement from the Pentagon Public Affairs Office. James reviewed everything. This is solid. Your sister's claims are demonstrably false and defamatory. We can proceed. My best friend Rachel called that evening. Helena, I just saw Maya at the grocery store. She was telling the cashier her sister is a con artist pretending to have an important job. This is insane. I'm handling it. How? Trust me, Rachel. This ends now. I organized a family dinner at my apartment. Mom, Dad, Maya, Derek, and my Aunt Susan all came. Maya walked in looking around judgmentally. This is what a Pentagon job gets you? Rachel has a bigger kitchen. Sit down, I said. We need to talk. About what? Your imaginary career? I placed a folder on the table. About these. Maya opened it. Her face went pale. What is this? Dad asked. Letters from the Secretary of Defense, I said calmly. The Director of National Intelligence, 3 separate generals, all confirming my position as senior translator for classified government operations. Mom grabbed a letter. This says, you have top secret clearance? SCI clearance, actually. Sensitive compartmented information. Higher than top secret. Maya's voice shook. These could be fake. Call the number at the bottom, I said. It's the Pentagon Public Affairs Office. They're expecting your call. Ask for Lieutenant Morrison. He has your names and will confirm everything. Derek was reading another letter. Maya, this says Helena has translated for presidential summits, foreign embassy communications, intelligence briefings. She's lying. Maya stood up. She translates menus. I know she does. You don't know anything, I said quietly. You've been lying for 3 years. To our family, to your friends, to complete strangers. You've defamed me publicly, damaged my reputation, and humiliated me repeatedly. I was joking. 300 people on Facebook don't think you were joking. The screenshots of your posts are in that folder. The ones where you called me a con artist, a failure, a liar, a fraud pretending to have an important job. Dad was reading, his face growing red. Maya, is this true? You posted this? You called your sister these things publicly? Dad, I didn't think... You didn't think what? That she'd see it? That it would hurt her? I thought she was lying. Maya's voice rose. She's so secretive. She never talks about work. What was I supposed to think? That your sister deserved respect, Mom said quietly, reading a commendation letter. Oh my God, Helena, you saved lives. This says you saved lives. Multiple times, I confirmed. Aunt Susan was crying. Helena, I'm so sorry. I believed her. I told people you were probably embarrassed about working a low-level job. I feel sick. James, I called toward my kitchen. Can you come in here? James Chen entered with a briefcase. Good evening. I'm James Chen, attorney specializing in defamation and security law. Miss Martinez has retained my services regarding ongoing harassment and false statements made by Maya Rodriguez. Maya's face went white. You're suing me? Not yet, James said. That depends on this conversation. Maya, you've made dozens of public statements claiming your sister is lying about her employment, suggesting she commits fraud and damaging her professional reputation. That's textbook defamation. I'm her sister. That has to count for something. That's not a legal defense, James said coolly. Family relationships don't exempt you from defamation law. In fact, given your relationship, the betrayal makes the damage worse. How much worse? Derek asked quietly. A lawsuit could seek damages in the 6-figure range, James said. Lost professional opportunities, emotional distress, reputational harm, all documented and provable. Mom looked between us, tears forming. Helena, you're really suing your own sister? She's really been destroying my reputation for 3 years, I replied. Every family event, every social media post, every conversation with friends and neighbors, she's made me the family joke, the family liar, the family failure. Because I didn't know, Maya cried. How was I supposed to know you weren't lying? You never told me. I couldn't tell you. It's classified. But you decided that meant I was worthless. You decided silence meant shame instead of security clearance. Derek put his head in his hands. Maya, what have you done? James laid out settlement terms. Maya had to post a public apology on all social media platforms, admitting she'd made false statements about my career and reputation. The post stayed up for 30 days minimum. Send written apologies to every family member and friend she'd spoken to about me, acknowledging her statements were false and malicious. Attend family therapy sessions with me for 6 months with a licensed therapist. Pay my legal fees, $12,000, within 60 days. And if she violates any term, James said, the lawsuit proceeds immediately. Given the documented evidence and multiple witnesses, Miss Martinez would likely win substantial damages, possibly enough to affect your home equity, Maya. Maya's hands shook as she read the agreement. I didn't mean to hurt you this badly. You meant every word, I said. Every time you laughed at me. Every time you diminished my work. Every time you needed to feel superior, you made me inferior. You meant it all. I was jealous, Maya whispered. You were always the smart one. The one who went to prestigious colleges, who learned 6 languages. I sold houses, and you work for the Pentagon. I couldn't stand it. I couldn't stand that quiet, boring Helena was more important than successful Maya. So you tried to convince everyone I was a failure? Yes, she admitted, tears streaming. I wanted you to be nothing so I could be everything. I'm sorry, she added quietly. I don't forgive you, I said clearly. Your apology doesn't undo 3 years of humiliation. It doesn't erase the damage you've done to my relationships with our family. It doesn't fix the opportunities I lost because people believed your lies. It just means you're finally facing consequences. Maya signed the paperwork, her hands shaking so badly Derek had to steady the pen. Over the next month, Maya's public apology went viral in our community. Family friends reached out, mortified they'd believed her lies. My Aunt Susan called crying, apologizing for ever doubting me. Neighbors who'd heard Maya's stories sent messages of support. Maya's real estate career suffered. Clients who saw her public admission of lying about her own sister questioned her integrity. She lost several major deals. One client told her directly, "If you'll lie about family, you'll lie about anything." Derek called me 6 weeks later. Helena, Maya's really struggling. The apology post has damaged her professionally. She's had 3 clients back out and her brokerage is concerned. Can you take it down early? The agreement says 30 days. It's been 28. She can wait 2 more days. She's your sister. She's the person who spent 3 years tearing me down to build herself up. Actions have consequences, Derek. She earned every single one. She's learned her lesson. Has she? Or is she just sorry she got caught? Mom tried one more time to reconcile us during the therapy sessions. Helena, Maya's learned her lesson. Can't you forgive her? We're family. Family doesn't publicly humiliate family, I said. Family doesn't spend years undermining family. Family doesn't call you a con artist to strangers in grocery stores. Maya made her choices. These are the results. The therapist, Dr. Sarah Kim, nodded. Helena's boundary is healthy. Forgiveness isn't required for healing, and Maya hasn't demonstrated genuine change, only regret at being held accountable. Maya looked stricken. I have changed. I'm sorry. You're sorry you're facing consequences, I corrected. There's a difference. Patricia called with news a few months later. Helena, I'm recommending you for promotion to lead senior translator. Your work continues to be exceptional, and your discretion under personal attack speaks to your character. Frankly, many people would have broken confidentiality to defend themselves. You didn't. The promotion came with a significant raise and additional responsibilities. I moved into a beautiful 2-bedroom apartment with a view of the city. I furnished it exactly how I wanted. No compromises, no apologies. Maya and I see each other at family events. We're cordial but not close. She knows now what I do matters. She knows her mockery was based on ignorance and jealousy. And she knows I won't tolerate disrespect, even from family, especially from family. Mom asked me recently if I'd ever truly forgive Maya. I told her the truth. Maybe someday? But forgiveness isn't something she's earned. It's something I might choose to give when I'm ready. And I'm not ready. Maybe I never will be. Sometimes the people closest to us are the ones who hurt us most, assuming our quiet work means we're accomplishing nothing. They forget that the most important work often happens in silence, behind closed doors, with lives hanging in the balance. They forget that discretion isn't shame. It's professionalism. That mystery isn't fraud. It's security clearance. Have you ever had someone close to you constantly diminish your accomplishments because they didn't understand your work? How did you handle it when family chose to believe lies instead of trusting you? Like and subscribe for more stories about people who refused to be victims and fought back the right way.